Hello, everybody. It's Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. Ooh, welcome back to my channel. Oh, that hurts. Uh, I am working on that for this beanie. That's my project today. So I'm hoping I get it done. Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Katrina, for your continued membership, and for my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for returning. And if you are not a member, and I know you're not except for Dr. Katrina, think about joining my membership. I am trying to get at least 10 people in this membership so I can start doing lives with my members. And I think the lowest price is like $2.99 a month. So, and I give perks. So there are perks to being a member, and there's more perks if you are higher on the membership. Right now, I am working on this beanie because my team is playing tonight, and I'm fingers crossed hoping they win. As the NFL has not been good to me. Well, two of the teams won that I wanted to win, and two of the teams lost that I wanted to win. Wait a minute, how'd you get all the way over there? Do I see you? I'll leave you alone. And then cut you off. I tell you, these beanies are a lot more work than, at least I feel like they're a lot more work than that butterfly cardigan. Hey, Gloria, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Sorry about your bears last night. I was really, really not happy with them, as my daughter used to say when she was young. I was like, I told my friend, she's a Chicagoan as well. I said, I hope they win outright, because that on being on the um, needles, sitting on needles, is enough for me. But unfortunately, and I was so caught up on doing these beanies, and she sent me a text. She said, "Did you see that?" I said, "See." I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "I totally forgot the game was on." And then she started saying that they thought she thought Caleb was throwing the ball out, but the guy caught it in the end zone for a touchdown. But she said because they wouldn't take the field goals, they kept going for the touchdowns. That's what really hurt them in the end. So I was disappointed. I was disappointed the Texans didn't win. I turned the Texans off altogether. I was like, after I saw the Patriots already with a touchdown, I was like, yeah, they had home field advantage anyway. But I was hoping that their defense would be as aggressive as they were in the other games. But be as it may, they are not in. They're not going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they did. Because I wasn't even paying attention, and then one day I looked up. I was like, "What is going on with Chicago? They have a winning season. What?" And why does Caleb look like a grown man to me? You look at him, and then you look at the Texans quarterback, who still looks like a little boy. But Caleb has always looked like a grown man to me, like a 60-year college student. He's already gone, become a grown man. But he did good. They cannot be mad at them. I mean, that of course their their ultimate goal is the Super Bowl, but you know they were in contention. My Dolphins weren't, and the Dolphins are still looking for a head coach. But hopefully will bring it home tonight. And I'm only working on this because I'm trying. I did the Jesus beanies. The letters are just so humongous to me. So I said, well, let me see. So I've been playing with Stitch Fiddle. I have PC Stitch as well, but I've been playing with Stitch Fiddle. And let me see. Let me stop. Oh, what the heck. Yeah. Where does it say stop sharing? Is it here? Yeah. There we go. I'll just flip back to it when I need to. Now that I left it on screen, all that hard work for somebody to screenshot it. That's all right. Too late now. So I'm sure there's going to be some fast crocheters going to be making a whole bunch of their team's beanies. And it's chilly here. It's 65 now. It was enough. It had to be in the 40s last night. And then, well, when I got up, it was 55, I think, which is cold. I'm in some gardening groups that are Florida specific. And one person, I think he's in Central Florida, and he has banana trees. And he said they had like, I want to say he said 19-degree weather, which is like, what? That's snow weather. I could have read it wrong. But anyway, they had some really cold weather. And so his banana trees are now all brown. And he wanted to know if they would come back from that frost. He said he covered them with blankets and all. So my philosophy is wait and see. I believe to just let the plant grow, and then see if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, but I wait till it is crispy brown and crackling. 5 degrees, girl. Woo. Mm-mm-mm. And the football players played in that horrible condition weather. I know it was warmer in New England. They had snow and flurries or whatever. I didn't even watch it. I couldn't. Even though Brady isn't there, I still, and Belichick isn't there either. So, but they're our nemesis because they are in our division. So again, we are out in the cold, sitting on the couch, along with what is it? I think there's 34 NFL teams, so 30 right now. 34, 36, however many it is. I can't remember anymore. But we're all sitting, watching to see next week who will be going to the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is in California. For some reason I think it's in California. I'm not sure. Peace and blessings, Gigi. Let me see, Monica Eccleston. Thank you for taking the time to do a tutorial on the Rasta hat. You make it oh ever easy for others to follow. Please keep doing demonstrations. Oh, you're so welcome. Ooh. See, when I read stuff like that, oh, I got it. Was it? Um, I feel like I remember my friend, my bestie, and I. We went to see um, Dream Girls. It was like off Broadway Dream Girls, but oh, what? Oh, why can't I think of her name? She sings the song Imagination, and I love that song. And I said to her, because of course he knows if you go to the back, that's where they come out. So we got to meet her. Oh, I can see her name keeps coming in my head and going out. But anyway, um, and I was like, oh, can you just sing a little of Imagination? And so I'm thinking to myself now when she said the Rasta hat, I'm like, ooh, which hat is that? So she probably like, ooh, what's the first lyrics of it? But I thank you so much. I'm working on one as I'm watching now. Okay, cool. What color is it? Because the Rasta hat that I remember was it green? I don't know. I can't remember. I got to go look at my chart real quick. Be right back. Okay. All right. So now I do all orange, two greens, white, four, two, one. Okay. Let's hope I do it right. Hmm. Yeah, I want to do some more tutorials, but I've been fixated on too many other things, and it just has set me back. And I've been staying up way too late because I'm not working, so it's like, oh, I'll sleep later. I'll sleep later, which is not good. I should be sleeping. I need to get back to my routine so that I'll be ready to go back to work. Urgh. Beige. I've done a red one. Ooh, cool. I've been wanting to. I, I don't even know how I got caught on these beanies. You know, when they suggest things to you and you look at something that's like, maybe I should try that. I don't know how I got onto these. And I've done them a couple of ways, trying to figure out which way is the best way. Because I really don't like crocheting over all of these different colors. You know, a few stitches, a couple of stitches, yeah, but all the way over, that's what keeps bothering me. But I tried to do it, changing the yarn and turning the hat and all of that. And I was like, that's too annoying for me. And I end up with a gazillion tails to weave in or just cut off. So I try to um, use the tail so that if I cut it off, I know for sure that it is secure. But this seems to be the better way to do it. I just try to get the yarn as much as possible that I don't see it. It's not that good. It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. But the reason I tried to make the letters smaller is because the letters are just so big. on the other ones that I followed the pattern. It's so crazy. I was following the guy that did the Jesus beanie, and I was looking at his graph, and I was following his graph, and I kept saying, something is wrong with this. And after the third try, I finally just stopped and watched him and realized the graph that he had on screen is not what he was actually doing. So his graph did not match what he was doing. So it kept throwing me off. But I finally got it. And then I didn't make my cross long. My cross looks like more like a black red heart cross instead of a cross. Anywho, it is done. Do I have any more white? Nope. I'm going to have to cut some of this white. This is attached to another one. What is this I'm doing? Oh, there's another genius bean. And I was using the, what is that yarn? Hello to the lurkers. I hope you do a thumbs up before you leave. Big twist yarn. You know, big twist yarn is really, really soft. So I had to break down. Mind you, I have way too much yarn is already, but I wanted to get red heart yarn because it's a little stiffer and it gets soft. You know, once you wash it, it gets really, really soft. But when you're working with it, it's nice and stiff. Why is that green there? Green should not be there. White should be there. So I went and got just a skein of white, red, white, black and white and red, and then purple. What was the other color I got? Oh, pink. Pretty in pink. And the pretty in pink is kind of soft. So, but I said I need some red heart because the big twist is so soft. I want it soft when I'm finished, but I really don't want it that soft when I'm working with it. Anywho, that is the saga of the yarns. And hey, May, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I'm working on a beanie, Gloria. This is a beanie with on. No. Okay, so now I need the green. So it's a graph, a graph. When I finish this round, I'll show you what I'm working with. And I watch these crocheters, they're so fast. I'm like, I am such the slow poke. Make sure I did. There's two. Okay, let me go back to my graph. Be right back. So it's did it all the way across. So it's 2, 1. Ooh, I can't even see that. I think it's 3. Nope, it's 4. Okay, 2, 1. And I thought I would be able to keep it on screen, the graph, but it's too small for me to see. I don't want to miss any counts. 22141. Okay. Today is celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, a federal holiday. That took decades to get his flowers. Okay, one, and two. So when I went to, um, I went online and ordered and bought, I should say, bought um, the yarn from Wally World Walmart, and online it has it on sale. So I said, okay, because Michael's was higher. I said, okay, I'll just do Walmart. I said it's a few pennies less and it's closer than driving all the way to Michael's because I don't like to drive, to say the least. I do not like to drive. So I said, well, let me go inside because I wanted to get some salads because I really need to get rid of this extra weight I'm gaining by the second. I went over to the department. That yarn price is the price. Their sell price online is the price that's in the store. So it wasn't a sale. They just wanted to make you think it was a sale. Anywho, so this weekend I've been playing with Stitch Fiddle and PC Stitch. Now PC Stitch is a learning curve. There's a lot going on with PC Stitch, and maybe that's why they're, what's her name, Creative Stitch and Diva. That's her. That's her claim to fame. And I didn't have it on my new laptop, so I did download it. Now it's like, ugh. Now I got to try to learn it in the next week. No, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. But I've been playing with Stitch Fiddle because Stitch Fiddle does have a free. I always get stuck with that free what? A free part anyway. It's one is free and one is paid. And the free one you can't do very much with it. I think they will let you save 15 graphs on it, which is good for me because I can just mix and match them. Only downside is once I lose them, I lose them. So the one, if it works out right, then I will keep that one. But it's so much. It's good. It's good to know how to work these things, but my brain is mush. I can't retain all this stuff. It's too much to retain, especially if you don't use it all of the time. So that is my next goal, is to use it at least 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. Because let me see, what did I do? Oh, Diva. I did Diva. And the Diva came out bigger than I wanted anyway, too. And that's when I started saying, let me see if I can make these letters smaller and maybe they'll look better. Uh-oh. Get out of that. Okay, that's the diva one. That's the diva hat. And see how big the letters are? So I wanted to be smaller so they're not on the whole head, even though it's cute. And that's what it looks like in the back. So I put it up like that because that's the way the guy had it. I don't wear hats, so I'm not the fashion one when it comes to hats. But I did that one in the purple and the light purple. What else the other color did I get? I got purple. Oh, green. No, I didn't get green because I have green coming and going. Let me see. Oh, the pink. I already said it. I said the colors. I said the colors. Pretty and pink was the other one that I got. Okay. So let me show you how far I have gotten. Oh, yeah, you can almost tell it's the UM. So that's the U and that's the M. You can see what I'm going for. So I only have 2 more rows to go, rounds to go, and I think 2 more, and it'll be finished. And then I think you can see it. It's just 2 letters, and it'll fit on the head the way I want it to fit. I want it to fit like a beanie. I don't want extra. So that's why I was trying to figure out how to make this letter smaller. And it was working on those 2 little letters. Oh, they're doing a rerun. Oh, no, they're talking about the show. A little bit of coffee. So that is what I am working on right now. I had to get around and to look at my pattern real quick. I am on. Okay, I did that. So that. And then I repeat that one. Okay. Got it. Yep. So, yep. 2 more rounds to go. And it'll be finished. So I wanted to keep it within 14 rounds. I wanted to make the beanie 14 rounds, but I wanted the letters to be in that. So I think I have nine rows. Eight. I have 8 rows. I think it's 8 rows. So I think that would balance better. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you finish that. You and me both. I'm close. If I could have afforded a ticket for the game tonight, I think I would have actually bought one, but not at those prices. I knew they were big. Even the college students paid a lot of money to see that game. But if they win, it will definitely be history making. And I am so hoping that they win. Because I was upset initially. I was like, why isn't in this dog fight to go to the championship game? I'm like, they should be in there. Their record is good. Yeah, what I don't like about. That's why I don't pay too much attention to college ball because I just feel like it's rigged. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, was in, and I was like, what? And then when they had to play Ohio State, I was like, oh, is this where it's going to end? I hope not. It didn't. It did not end. It's like when my Dolphins played Buffalo and we actually beat Buffalo at home, and Buffalo was probably like, "What had happened? What, wait a minute, what happened?" I watched the documentary. First, it's called "Sign Stealing." I think that's the title of it. It's on Netflix. And so I'm saying, why are they doing a documentary on sign stealing? And I'm thinking they're stealing signs from the colleges or something. No, this was the big controversy of Michigan with the one guy that was stealing the sign signals that the college football teams did for their teams. And it's not even over. But that's where John, let me see, is the other one named Jim? Was it John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh? No, I think John Harbaugh was the Baltimore coach. So it was Jim Harbaugh. One of them twin boys. Um, they were the head coach of Michigan, and he left Michigan after all of that came out and became the head coach of the Chargers. I think it was a big to do. But I was sitting there saying, why not? When I started watching, I was like, OMG. And it was so funny. If you've been watching any of the craziness with the college, with the Michigan coach, the one that got the job, they show him. I was like, that is so funny. This man's whole life blew up in his face all over infidelity. Gets him every time. Gets him every time. Mess with the wrong chick. It is so interesting. The guy that did the signal, let me see, the sign stealing is a Marine, but he said he went to the Naval Academy, so but he calls himself a Marine, so I don't know. I mean, I was in the Army. We were just there together somewhat, but he was in the Marines or the Navy, whatever he was in, and he was fixated on what he did, and he did it well. But it's a crazy documentary if you ever want to watch one. And he got an attorney. He said he had to find an attorney that he looked for the an attorney that has defended people against the NCAA, and he found a guy. I forgot where he was. I want to say he was in California, but he could have been somewhere else. But the attorney was like, he hates the NCAA because it's so corrupt. I was like, well, he found his greatest asset. I don't know how much he said that they usually do their cases when they have students, and this guy wasn't a student, but he says when they usually do their cases with students, they do it for free. So all of those cases that they've gone up against the NCAA against students, because the NCAA has lots of lawsuits because they are a corrupt entity. Like a lot of these big businesses, they are corrupt. And they think they can get away with everything. And nobody's going to touch them and nobody's going to say anything. And some people do. Some people speak out. I was in documentary heaven this weekend, to say the least. That's my jam. I love to know what's going on. Is it Casey Kasem? What was Casey Kasem? And that's the story, or something like that. He used to say. Oh, you finished the baby blanket. Oh, wonderful. Nah, handmade is always better. Yep, I think so too. Gonna listen and cut foam board to organize your craft room. Okay. Hey, Divergent Crafter, how are you today? I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for listening to me ramble. But anyway, so that was one of the documentaries. And then I watched the one, I think it was called Murder in Monaco.
Yeah, it was Murder in Monaco.
Yeah, Murder in Monaco. That was really interesting. Because, obviously, unless you are wealthy, dripping with lots of money, you will never be in Monaco unless you are a servant working for somebody. That is where the richest of the richest of the richest live. And it was one of the most bizarre. It was like, how do you have something like that happen on Monaco where they said there's a police every 10 feet or whatever, just everywhere? And they called this man, they said he lived in a penthouse. That's the biggest penthouse I've ever seen in my entire life. And he had, I forgot, 10, I forgot how many underground, and this is an island, but he had underground garages, levels of them underneath this 10-story penthouse that he lived in. I can't remember where did that man's money come from? Oh, he was a financier. I think that's where his money came from. But it was crazy. And the woman he was married to, that was like her third husband. But once she started marrying, when you marry wealthy, you continue to marry wealthy. It was a crazy one. But what made it crazy is the nurse that took care of him. He was from New York. And New York nurses had gone on strike. And one of his friends told him that this rich person was looking for a nurse. And he applied and he got the job because they all thought he was a Green Beret or something like that, which turns out to be all a crock of crap. But it amazes me how people can just put these false narratives of themselves. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It was it was one of the craziest ones I've seen in a while. How all of that money and someone still ends up losing their life. And it was the guy he was taking care of and one of the other nurses that took care of him. They lost their life. It was very interesting. I was like, all of this money. I had to ask my daughter, it's like, where's Monaco? Because when they showed a picture of it, all you see are ships, yachts, and water. And then all these houses, big houses. And then when they go down and you see the people, it's all rich people that, unless you are into money, you wouldn't know who they are. But of course, some of the big Hollywood people were there. You see all of the big companies, Yves Saint Laurent, and those big companies that you're not going to see Macy's or anything. You're going to see the name brands. Period. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. But in the end, the guy who said he didn't do it still ended up. he was he was found guilty, and he escaped. It was so crazy. And he called his wife, he called his priest, and he called his lawyer, and all of them turned him in. And his wife divorced him. Oh, it was just straight crazy. I love documentaries that go into great detail. And if you're curious about the Murdoch case in South Carolina, oh wow, they have a really good documentary on that too. Netflix never lets me down. And Bridgerton is coming back on the 29th. I'm so excited. So excited.
I'm glad like Netflix loves you more than me.
And Lincoln Lawyer is going to be coming back again too. I cannot wait. And if I can't find anything, as long as they have Madoff on there, I will be watching Madoff. I love Madoff. It looks like a bomb went off in it. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't want that kind of wealth. I am nuts, I guess. I wouldn't, just the thought you have to live, and where he lived, of course, he had his own security. That's what makes it even crazier. If you have that much security, but the kicker is his security wasn't on duty. Now, isn't that a hint, hint, hint? Like, why do you have security if you're going to give them a day off? What's the purpose? That was crazy. It was crazy. No, I don't want to be, because I know they all, unless you are the Walton family, aka Walmart, you don't probably ever have to worry about losing your wealth unless Walmart blows up and on its own within or whatever. But I would not want to have to live under guards, because that's not free to me, because you can't live your life. You're scared somebody's going to kill you. Unlive you. All these new words I have to remember. It's in the dictionary. Why can't I use it? Which one have you yet to see, Gloria? Don't tell me it's Bridgerton. Better jump on board. Bridgerton has some outfits that I look at them and say, how can I crochet that? And I don't really like accents, but the people that are on Bridgerton, their accents are a little subtle, so I can understand what they're saying. I was going to watch this other show. I forgot what it's called.
The Survivors.
Thank you, Nia. My daughter's my other brain. They're survivors, but they're Australian. And I was like, I can't. I gotta have some English from America in here somewhere. But they were all Australian, and I couldn't keep up with what they were saying. And if someone's voice goes low and I'll miss something, I was like, okay, forget it. I can't now watch this right now. Maybe someday, but not today.
It's okay. It took me tries to get through apple cider vinegar, and that one was actually interesting.
Also, I would have to way too much guilt. Oh, I have way too much guilt to keep the wealth. I would be poor in a few years, giving it to those who need it. Shaking my yep. I don't know, but you can still have your wealth. You don't have to be poor. You can always, if you just get the right person to invest it right, and you live off of the proceeds, and you can still have your own charity and give to this one or that one. You don't have to necessarily go broke, but because you have to be wise about it. That's the hard part, being wise about it, and hoping that the person that you entrust with your money doesn't run off with it. That's what happens. Money is the root of all evil. That's how it's. There aren't a lot when most of the times when you see stuff that happens to people, money's is a lot of times the precursor. Like I'm on pins and needles about where to my retirement fund. Do I leave it at Schwab, or do I go here, or do I go there? Who's going to do the best for me? It's a game that we that are not savvy about finances take chances. I can't watch them. They moved American Greed, even though I was only watching the reruns. But I love watching the reruns. But they moved it to Peacock, and I refuse to pay for another um, streaming. So I said, okay, we'll just leave it over there. Maybe it'll come back to Prime again. But American Greed is the one thing that tells you how crooked people are with other people's money, because they all want it. And they sit around to figure out how they're going to get it. That's the scary part. All right, I'm on my last, no, well, the last round of the graph. And then I'll just do one round of the single crochet. And then we can say the UM is finished. And I hope it looks the way my mind wants it to look. Otherwise, I'm going to go and make those letters even smaller. Just one more row. Hey, Brianna. Brianna has been suffering with me. I kept sending her updates throughout the weekend. All right, let me go and see where 5222. Okay. Mm, all right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm so excited. I was really surprised how time consuming just to make these letters Stitch Fiddle makes me want to actually pay them $2 and something cents so I can print it out. I don't even know if you can print from Stitch Fiddle. I know PC Stitch you can print. Let's see. I have to show you my VA sweater now that it's starting to look like something. Oh, cool! Yay! Ooh, made me want to make one. I hope you're writing this down so when you want to do another one, you'll know what you're doing. I'm cutting the foam to put my fabric on and arrange it. Folding isn't working. Oh. I have scraps of fabric because I don't sew. I just use it to line my bags when I want a lining. And I bought all those fat quarters too. And now I don't even halfway line the bags most of the time. That's 5. All right, all right. Oh, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, so excited. Yep, 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 yep. Mm. I already had a modest amount of factor and then my dump, but had a good one. Oh, so you go to Whatnot? I was watching someone on Whatnot that sells yarn, and I want to say she had a cat, and the cat was everywhere. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. Will not be buying from you. But I don't, the only thing I bought from Whatnot, even though I'm on Whatnot, don't want to do that. How did that happen? Let me go back out. I bought some, and now I can't even wear them because now I got the quote unquote greenies, which I didn't know what the heck greenies was until it happened to me. Like, what in the world? So I have a whole bunch of, oh shoot, now it's all caught across. I gotta get this out. How to do that? Thank you. Should not be that way. Oh. So I have a lot of the press-on nails that I can't wear right now until my nails clear up. And the sad thing is it took forever for my nails to clear up from doing the dipping, which the dermatologist said, you do not need to go to get your manicures and pedicures. I would not suggest it. So I am stuck with doing my own nails now. And so I was like, oh, press on. I haven't done those since I was in high school. Let me go and try these. And they worked good for a while. And I was watching one girl and she said, oh, you don't want to get greenies. I was like, what is greenies? And she never responded. At least I never saw her respond. Well, I found out quick, fast, and in a hurry. The third set, when I took them off, I was like, oh. So then I had to look it up, like what caused this? And it turns out if you do not take those bad boys off when they lift, the germ is in the water. And it gets underneath those nails. And I kept, I keep seeing, make sure they're dry. I kept seeing all that, but now I know. I tell you, I am, what's the word? I am Murphy's Law. I am Murphy's Law. I don't know. So thank goodness it's not anything that's really bad. Like when I got the fungus under my nails were lifting. It was terrible. I still did it. Forget it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep going. Because if I keep fixating on that, I'm never going to get this thing done. And I want to get her done. I crossed my yarn, so now that's driving me crazy. And of course, I crossed it again after all of that frogging. So now I'm just going to pull it through and keep it moving. Because it's underneath the yarn. Thank goodness this is my last row. What am I doing? Green. Okay, drop that. Pick up the green. And for a few days, I did really good by soaking them in vinegar and water. And then I got lazy. Haven't done it. Shame on me. I need to do it. And then trim them. And wait it out. And then I'll go back to just using nail polish. I have to. I'm the person, if I bought it, I have to use it. So I'll just use it. And once they're done, they're done. Yeah, if you do press-ons again, I was just gluing them on with a builder glue. A builder gel. What's a builder gel? The one girl that I bought the nails from, they're large, but they're large for a skinny girl. They're not large for a grown woman. And so I felt like I just wasted my money with those nails. And I got those off of Whatnot. And so I really have no use for them because they don't fit my nails at all. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That sounds like it'll be on forever. Now I'm just going to put them on, take them off. Because I was like, oh, they're lifting, because I was hoping that they would lift and just pop off on their own. Like sometimes they just pop off and you like, oh, where'd it go to? But they would just lift. And I didn't know enough. Now I know enough. Okay, so 2 of those. 2, because it was 2. 2. Right, 2. But the girl that I bought the nails from, she said she puts the sticky pad things on. I think she puts glue the sticky pad, then glue, then the nail on. Something like that she does. I was happy. She said it's, and I didn't catch it. Hey, Butter Roll Boutique, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and hope you all did a thumbs up. I am working on my beanie and hope that I get it finished in a short time. And make sure that M looks like an M. I mean, look. I gotta turn it. See what it looks like. What it looks like. Hopefully it does look like what it should look like. Why is there 2 of them? Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. All right. 1, 2. Put that there. And okay. Let's see if that looks like an M now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it does. Oh, that's the hard part with crocheting. And I really want to do this in single crochet, because in single crochet, it'll be el perfecto, but that's a lot of work. I don't like doing. I do not like working with single crochets at all. All right, Gloria, which one is the right? Okay. Is it view? Okay, that's right. Especially in dark colors. I cannot do the single crochets, and I have to be under my art light. Because then you don't have all that. I don't know what the word is. Spacing. Maybe that's spacing. And it all lines up really nice and tight. So that might be my next project. I just have to get it started. Oh, I can't stand it. Have you seen the pop-it nails people do themselves? It's like acrylic and no, I haven't seen that. Pop-it nails. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And the other thing I find with those is they have to be a perfect fit. There can't be any room for water to seep in. So I have to get real comfortable with how to make sure they fit. I end up like what is it? The OPI nails I got, I really, really like them. They're like the chrome metallic ones. I really, really like them. And I think most, and they give you, I want to say either 28 or 30 nails to choose from. And that's the downside to the ones that you get from Whatnot. You get 10 nails, period. So they were useless to me. And I just have to learn to file them where they don't fit quite perfectly so they'll fit perfectly over my whole nail bed. No room for error. But I enjoyed wearing them when I did have them on. I thought they were real cute. They didn't really bother me while I crocheted because I didn't get the. I don't know how these people wear the coffin ones as they call them. Don't do no coffin. That's way too long for me. I have a job to do. I can't even imagine trying to type with those things, even though you type with your nail pads. But those nails would still get in the way. Way too long. Even when I was on, that was the other thing I had to think about. It's like, oh my goodness, these doggone nails. I'm not the fastest typer, but I type decently. They were all in the way. I did buy the acrylic, not the acrylic, what do you call them? The false nails clipper. So I'm set. I have all the equipment that I need. I just got to make sure they fit. No water gets under them. It'll probably be, who knows, how many months before I can play around with them again. I can't even wear nail polish, nothing on my nails until this all grows out. At least that's what Google MD says. And most of the places that I've searched, I just read all the articles and they all pretty much say the same thing. And so I had to go to the Dollar Tree and buy their El Cheapo nail files because you're supposed to throw out the ones that you use. It's just so much, just so much. All right, this is the last round. I'm so excited, so excited, so excited. Filling it all in so you can actually see UM. And I can snip off all of this extra yarn. Guess that's the only good thing I see about carrying this yarn. You end up with not a lot of tails. And I hope, I'm always nervous when I snip. That's going to fall apart. That's just me. This is for me anyway. Not to say I'll wear it anytime soon, but I'll put it on. Listen, if they win tonight, it'll be warm. It was cold today. I should have put on my butterfly cardigan and went somewhere, but I don't like cold. Plus, I was working on this beanie, so not like I can go somewhere. Come on, pull through. happens when you somehow, I don't know how I did it, but somehow I crossed over the yarn. Same here, I'm gonna stay inside. Ah, yes, I do not like the cold. We are not friends. Done with the white. I had to figure out, because initially I was going with the green in between. I was like, no, that doesn't separate the letters. I was like, I got to figure out how to separate these letters. I was like, well, let me just throw the white in there because that will separate the M from the U. Then I had to separate it on the other side because if you just keep going with the green, then the M, you lose the whole M. So then I said, well, put some white on the end of the M. And that way we don't lose the M. Needless to say, I have frogged this a multitude of times trying to figure it out. Okay, I go back to here. I need to grab this orange. Let me do this orange, this orange. And snip it off. Get out of get out of my way. Oh, what a tangle. What a tangle. Okay, I need to go. Okay, I'm confused right now. I don't know which way it's going. Up or down? I don't want to crochet over my green like it's I'm so confused. See, you all are seeing the good, the bad, the ugly of how my mind works. ah, just trying to make sure I don't crochet over my yarn and feed it in. Okay, white is finished. Oh. down to the, so weird, why is it all the way over there? It's underneath that orange. That orange is like holding on for dear life to this green. Crazy. Okay, so make sure you don't cross your yarns because I'm glad it is at the end and not in the middle. Then I would have just cut it and started again, but I'm almost finished, so just deal with it. And I want to snip it, but I don't want to end up having to reattach new yarn because I cut it too short. And I'm good for doing that. All right. I think my letter is still big, but let's see if I got it into my 14. Hmm? All right, it's finished.
Is that what you were working on last night?
Yep. Got this yarn crossed over.
So are you finishing the rest of that in white?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm done. Ouch. Oh, this earring is. Let's see. Let's see if I get what I'm looking for. Yeah. What do you think? You don't like it?
It ain't my personal favorite.
Why? But I had.
No, I see what you were going for. I just personally am not the biggest fan of it, but I am more concerned whether you like it or not because you're the one who made it.
I do like it.
Then I'm happy.
I had to separate. See,
how many drawings have I showed you over the past 20 years that you didn't like, but I'm still insanely proud of?
I think it did good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Gloria. Somebody likes my work.
Exactly.
But this is what I was going for. I wanted to be a beanie, not having this extra up there. Yeah, the white separate. So what would you do with this, Nia?
I'm looking at it because I don't know what I would do with it. First of all, I don't crochet on the level that you do.
Yeah, but see, the reason I did it because at first I was going to go over with the green, but then you wouldn't
be able to tell.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing there. I just don't know what I
could have done. I could have gone over with the orange further and then started.
Yeah, like I think the U needs like there's needs to be a little more orange over here and a little more orange here because I can see it's a UM. It just needs a little couple tweaks.
So you think I should have done three instead of two?
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
because the thing is on a PC stitch it looks different than when you do it in real life.
Well, this is Stitch Fiddle.
Stitch fill,
Mm-hmm.
so similar program.
It does the same thing, but PC Stitch is way. I looked at PC Stitch. I was like, oh my god! I gotta get to see. Let me see. Orange to outline the M, but then would we be able to read the U? See, that was the thing. It was like I said, when I started the U, and then I was just going to go over and start the M, but then I was like, it would be have all of this, and it'd be green, 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 and then to me, you couldn't tell that there was a UM. And I put the white in there because they have white in their uniforms, and white is on Sebastian, so uh, I like it. Now I got to rethink it. Now Nia's giving me something to think about, but I don't know how to do. Let me think.
Colors are so mismatched now.
It doesn't matter. You said you wanted colors of green.
Exactly. I mean, the time green is growing on me.
But I achieved the goal that I wanted. I wanted a beanie. I didn't want extra. I didn't want a slouchy because I like the way he wore it when he folded the. I'm not a hat wearer, so, but I like beanies that fit the head more so than slouchies or sitting up on top of my head, whatever. It's a young people thing that I don't get. So I stay out of young people's business. So now I'm going to do another one and figure it out. I'll go back and add, and ooh, 3 rows on the U. 3 rows on the U.
I still think it's a very cool concept.
It's going to be my concept. Got my UM hat. And if they win tonight, I'll be wearing it all week. Even though I can't stand to wear hats. But if it's chilly all week, I can put it on. I like it, but you're redoing it. And yeah, I just got to figure it out. Thank you so much. I think it would balance if, okay, I'm going to do add the 3 on the U. You think it would balance if I put a white before I started the U? And then there'll be 3 whites. No, I still don't like that. I wanted to stay with the 2 colors, but it just didn't seem to work for me for some reason. I don't know. Me no no. I don't know. It's my UM hat. I see the U, I see the M. Frame it with a white rectangle. So I would start with white, make the letter, and then separate it. But see, I have to set that if I go across with the orange, if I go across with the orange to start the green. Yeah, if I go across with the orange, start the green. Okay, that might work. But then at the end, that M gets lost. To me, that M gets lost at the end because it's still green. And at one point, I almost, when I finished the green, I was going to start it in orange. So this whole side would be orange, and then I'd be starting green again on this side. So one side would have orange, one side would have green. That way it offset that green in the M. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I think that's what I might do. But if I half and half would look cool, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Because when you say, what you say, frame it with the white, that means I would have to actually start a round of white and then start the letters with white on this end and then white on that end, and then just keep going until I get to the bottom of the letters and do white at the bottom. I'm gonna try that one too. One of these is gonna be my favorite. All right, ladies, thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna go and rework my hat again. And maybe by tonight I'll have my favorite before the game starts. That means I only have 3 hours. 4 hours. I think the game starts at 7. I got 4 hours. Research and development. Yes. Yes. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Do something in honor of Dr. King. And until my next video or my next live, stay safe. Keep crocheting. Bye-bye.